Aloha and welcome back again to another Pink Diamond Diary read with the beautiful host Susie and me Ricky. Yeah. So anyway, just the past few reads with everything that's happening and the feminine being fatigued and tired and exhausted with
Yeah,
all the astrological. What's that big word?
the
Astrological?
influences.
Yeah,
You got the astrological, yeah,
yeah, and
astrological
yeah,
influences.
she's been feeling down, and but
Feeling like that real purge and burn energy.
that's it.
Yeah,
That one.
yeah. And it's like over the weekend I took a big dive, and I know we read last night, and thank you for all your lovely messages encouraging me to take a break when I needed. But I did have a really good rest, and super keen to get back into it. And I know we've been talking to our community.
Yes, we have been talking to our community, and can I just rudely interrupt?
Oh, what are you going to
And
say?
can I just say, well, we talked to pretty much all of you that comment and message, but a big shout out and a big happy birthday to Joni. Everyone, please comment and send messages of love to Joni in the comment section below. Doesn't matter where it is, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, or even here. Big massive shout out to one of our followers and an awesome
To
soul.
absolutely
Happy
delightfully,
birthday
yeah.
from us.
Happy birthday, Janie. We're sending so much love, darling. Um, yeah, totally. Thank you. Okay, after that really beautiful, light-hearted start to the reading, we do want to dive into what this crash is looking like. Because we do go through purge and burns when we're just about to learn something new. The feelings, those waves of emotion could feel very, very intense. You might be crying for no reason, feeling like you just want to curl up in bed. You might be feeling really tired. I know the symptoms played out for me in my lower chakras as well, and I have been having some tummy pain in working through my ascension symptoms because I'm still going through it. That's the thing, is like I might be in a different phase of the journey, and by and large we're reading for divine feminines who are still working through the separation phase. So even though what we're going through might be slightly different, I'm still very affected by the energy in the same way, even if it plays out a little bit differently. So I was feeling big waves of exhaustion versus big waves of emotion, which is kind of where the purge and burns used to hit me in, just wanting to cry, just not wanting to deal with the world, just wanting to curl up in bed, and feeling like I was completely crazy for the whole journey. Like none of it just made sense. So these purge and burn moments would come around as they do with the astrological cycles. And like I was saying, I'm feeling it in the lower chakras at the moment. So if you are too, I see you completely. But the cycles, when they come across and they're particularly heavy for you, it means that you're about to learn something new. And as I moved through the journey, I actually started to embrace these cycles when they come around, because the deeper I was able to feel it, the deeper I was able to release it. I actually got quicker and quicker at moving through the pain cycle. So I wasn't sitting in suffering very long. I was like, oh, here it comes again. Here comes this pain cycle. I'm going to start losing my shit again. I'm going to start just crying for no reason. So I would just lock myself in my room and I would cry. I would cry till I was done. I would punch a pillow, rage at the divine, whatever I needed to do to get to the bottom of the pit, to get energy to move, because that wave is just energy. It's not what they've done, it's not what you've done, it's none of the above. It's you holding on to energy that needs to move, that wants to move. And if you can give it that push to get it moving, you don't have to sit in suffering even though you feel the pain. Okay, so we get that pain to move and then replace it with something that we're very, very grateful for, and it does not have to be anything to do with your twin. You just release that energy, and once you've got to the bottom of the pool and you know that it's gone, if you can still feel it in there, visualize yourself like as if you're reaching into your energy field and picking some fruit off a tree, and you're just going to rip that fruit out and throw it away and replace it with something you're grateful for. And it doesn't matter what you're grateful for. Gratitude is a frequency. Pain is a frequency. Sadness is a frequency. They all are just a frequency. It doesn't actually, even though what happened is definitely a memory, is where you hold it is just energy. If we can get the energy to move, if you can feel it, you can heal it, and you will get through these pain cycles a heck of a lot quicker and be able to go, all right, now what's the lesson? I'm going through a pain cycle. That means I'm about to ascend. That means I'm about to learn something new. Bring it on. So let's have a look. We're in a pain cycle, it seems, Divine Feminine. And, you know, for some of you, it's crashing really, really hard. Let's have a look if we can get some messages for you. But I'm going to draw this reading, and Ace of Pentacles, the Seven of Wands. We've got the Devil card. We've got the Page of Swords. Oh, here's our Divine Spark again. He's pretty persistent. The Judgment card. Oh my gosh. On repeat. Yeah. On repeat. And we've got the Moon, which is really lovely. But I will tell you, like, if you haven't checked out my other little reading for today, I just did a little spiel about how the universe is really pushing messages for me right now. And I saw this game of tennis, and I did a little video.
Bullies.
I hope I'm not being a bully, but it was so funny. I couldn't escape the message. There was these 4 people playing tennis. 1 was a man, 3 were women, and this poor bloke, like, they were serving. He was
outnumbered,
and they were serving rockets at him, legit. And he could not return serve to save himself. Like, if he connected with the ball, it would either fly off the court or it would just crash into the net. He just couldn't get himself playing the game in a fair. And these women were getting so frustrated with him, and up to the point where they actually wouldn't even let him take a serve. You know, this guy could just not get in the game. But how I kind of looked at that, I was going, all right, the message is the same. The Divine Feminine are working together. They're working as a team. And the Divine Masculine is still pretty much out there batting on his own. And, you know, firing
That's
rockets.
Masculines, I got you. I got you.
You're here, represent.
I'll represent. Doing it all alone here. It's all right. We'll get it. We'll get it. We'll get it.
Let's see if we can return serve for the Divine Feminine.
Oh, we'll be smashing it.
Yeah. But my point being was, it was like Spirit was talking to me. It was that reinforced message from the other day that the feminine were working together in the collective. The masculine was there on his own, trying desperately to return serve, but really struggling to do so. And that's how our messages have played out. But the other thing that really struck me is that it was 3-1, and Spirit kind of hit me with, that's a statistic of masculine to feminine that's awake. It's probably 3-1. The stats right now, so no wonder
it's not a betting tip, right?
Yeah.
Don't be rushing off to the TAB right now.
They were good odds, were they? They were good odds. So for my Divine Feminine, how that equates for me is, like, again, we're talking this idea that unions come together in waves, and if we are currently 3-1 masculine, feminine versus masculine, that's how I read that statistic. So it's like, for mine, that was a hopeful sign. Is like going, you know, for every 3 feminine who are in this collective, 1 masculine has come on board. Now that stat must be rising from where it was. You know, like, once upon a time it was just all Divine Feminine, but now we're going, it's 3-1. So that means that somewhere, someone who's listening to this, your Divine Masculine is on a wave. 1 in 3 feminines will have their masculine they're on the court, they're trying to return serve, even if they're clumsy, even if they can't return the ball onto the court. They're playing the game. They're playing the game. And to me, that was a really, like, encouraging statistic. Okay, let's get into how these cards are playing out for you. I don't even want to go to this. We've got this communication, again, the clumsy communication. I'm going to leave it over there. Yeah, that's down the scenario. Okay. We got the Knight of Cups. The push from the universe is to our Knight of Cups. He's a very loving character. He's Mr. Valentine's Day. He's in love with love, and he offers a very pure. You know, his love is very sweet, is what I want to say. He doesn't come with all the. Sweet. He is sweet. He doesn't come with all. Well, in comparison to if somebody showed up in the devil energy, you know. devil energy is sex, drugs, and rock and roll over here, where we were, and this is kind of where you've been now. Am I allowed to say
Of course you are.
that?
Just don't know about the sweet part.
Oh, you can be sweet. This is definitely the push from the universe, is seeing this side of the divine masculine, and probably we've known this side for a little bit too long, divine feminine. Um, and the push from the universe is to be able to expose this character, this sweet love again, this honeymoon love, and it's probably been experienced by you. It's why we hang on to these connections, is we experience this sweet side of love with our divine counterparts. And then the push is to understand that this got you on the hook for this journey. Yay! Aren't you so excited that you got baited by the Knight of Cups, to get you entangled in a lover's journey? Now, the lovers is that higher, the major arcana version of the soulmates in tarot. So with the lovers card, we do have this energy of, it is a card of decisions. It is a card of choosing paths. It is a card of getting to know the divine. I really look at this energy as being the original Adam and Eve story, where one was crafted from the other. So we still have this idea of being from the same soul essence, but they were really tempted by these apples in the background, or some kind of reason to kick them out of Eden. So we've had these stories playing out with twin flames, and going, they've had to deal with their egos. They've had to, if this was what Eden felt like, the Knight of Cups kind of love, where it was very, some doctrines call it bubble love, and the Knight of Cups would definitely be a bubble love kind of a character. You know, would write pretty poems and bring you flowers and even paint you a picture, or something. It's really, really fantastical. Whereas the Lovers card is all about the ascension journey, or the divine journey that you take to have your ascension path revealed. Now, what comes out here is the Ace of Cups, which isn't that an interesting sequence, how I see it? How does a twin flame journey play out according to the doctrine? Literally this. You get bubble love, right? You go through the twin flame journey, which includes the runner chaser phases. It includes separation. It includes no contact, purge and burn, like we're going through right now. It includes ascension. It includes, this lovers card includes it all, because they're literally fighting to stay in Eden, these two, so they've got work to do. So bubble love, twin flame journey, and then look at this, reunion. This is quite literally a fresh start in love, and this time it comes with all the blessings of the divine. Now, if you've seen any of our prior readings, you'll know that I see the Ace of Cups in a couple of different ways. So for twin flames, it can definitely have some deeper meaning for me. It can indicate self-love, which is a very important journey that you go on as a twin flame. And again, anyone who knows me, I will tell you flat out that this old ideal that you have to love yourself in order for someone else to love you must be thrown out the window, because this understanding of unconditional love says it is right to be loved by someone else to feel balanced. It is right to feel self-love to be balanced. It is right to feel divine love to be balanced. Now, there is a back in history, there is a story that they, I want to say the name, and if I get it wrong, I'll check my facts and I'll put it in the description box. But I want to go here. They raised a baby of armies, army of babies, the Nazis, I believe,
Yeah.
and they raised them
Hitler,
without.
wasn't it?
I believe so.
Was
And
it? Yeah, I think it was Hitler, not Stalin.
and if we've got our facts wrong, we'll put it in the description
Yeah,
box.
yeah.
But the Nazi army, I believe, raised these babies, and they were determined to turn them into an army. And they raised them without giving them any love or affection or attention or anything at all, thinking that they could just mold them into this perfect army. But babies were dying. They were getting sick. They were not getting nurtured. They were not rising up to be the army that they dreamed them to be. And to me, this proves you need love from other people to thrive. If you sit alone in life and you are completely isolated and you don't get to know the love of another, you won't thrive. So, and on the flip side of that, I've got to tell you, I know plenty of people who
Mm-hmm.
hate themselves, and will attract love and relationships anyway. So, this like you have to love yourself before someone will love you. It's a throwaway line. But do I believe you have to understand the nature of love to hold a twin flame relationship? Yes, I do. That to hold the love of the divine, to understand that you are never disconnected. This water that flows from the divine and the cup that you are, you are never disconnected from your source energy of who you are. And like my analogy for this one is that this Ace of Cups, if that's the quantum seed, the divine scooped it up out of the quantum sea and poured it into this cup, and that's what a human vessel would look like. So if you tip that back into the quantum sea, it returns to the latent potential from whence it came. It only becomes form once consciousness is applied to it. Now, with twin flames, you take that original scoop of energy and you put it in that one cup, but then you add another, and I'm sorry it over here. Yeah, look, you add another vessel and you split this soul force equally between the two cups. That's how twin flames are. The original scoop of latent energy or soul potential, however you want to describe that latent energy, scooped up in one cup initially. Now, that person could happily walk around and be a person and it's all good. But what the divine does says, I'm going to take that scoop of divine soul energy and I'm going to pour it equally between two cups, right? That soul energy that lives within here is never disconnected from the divine, and they are never disconnected from each other. They are split into two different vessels, but you tip them back into the ocean, they go back to the latent potential with which they came. Whilst they're scooped up into that vessel and poured into the two cups, they will always remain connected and they will have a big journey to play out. So for mine, this is a twin flame journey, and this is kind of where it comes to a level of completion. So the push against the divine feminine right now on the current wave, on the wave that I'm most connected with. So this is people who are in separation with little to no contact, who are going through this purge and burn energy. Essentially, bubble love, twin flame journey, a return to an understanding of truly what it means to know love, divine love, twin flame love, love of self. They're all intertwined together. Big rant, I know. Stop. We're working really well as a team over here. I know I get on a bit of a rant, and because I'm passionate about it, and I want to tell the story. I know, it's just your cute face.
I'm just enjoying your read.
Thank you.
I'm just hoping that it's getting through. The message is getting through.
Yeah. I'm not. See, I got ahead of myself when I pulled this card out because I saw it in there. Now I don't know what order I took them out in.
You can read it.
But this is kind of what I'm feeling is the next level, the push from the divine feminine. If this is what is trying to be achieved, and that's a layer lower, so the next layer up, we've got the divine feminine. There she is with her nine of pentacles, and like we say to you, the one pentacle is missing. I see it over here, I do, but the 9 is all the work that you've done to ascend and learn your journey and get your way through life. And if this is, we're talking about twin flames, is there's one pentacle that's missing for this strong, independent, lovely divine feminine, it is her twin flame relationship. And here, look, we've got our soulmates come in. So the push is for you to continue to hold this as something precious, as something to hold, as an ideal. You can put that in there and go, all right, if I'm 9 out of 10, I'm going to continue to hold this Two of Cups as something that's precious to me. The divine is pushing this soulmate connection towards you. But here over the top, look, Ten of Swords. We can't sit in suffering, divine feminine, and I know that this particular wave of pain, and the waves of pain will continue to come. They will. And as you move through this ascension journey and until you get into alignment, the pain, as frustrating as it is like it's a push from the universe to get you to take a step. There's a reason that the pain activates inside of you. There's something that needs to be moved to get you into alignment. You can ignore it. You can push it down. You can squash it away. You can say, I really don't care about this twin flame journey. I really don't care to feel any pain anymore. You can push this blessing away and wait for the next wave. Your free will is uber powerful. You can tap out at any point. And if you've been watching the readings, I'm the first to admit I did. I tapped out and went, I can't do this anymore. It's too much. But the divine said, actually, my push for you remains that I want you to understand the twin flame journey, and I want you to get through the twin flame journey to completion. And it's like they're going, we know that you don't know what the outcome will be. We know that this whole thing just caused you a bucket load of suffering that you just go, why the hell am I putting myself through it? Can't I just get these swords out of my back for once? I am a strong, independent female. What the hell am I doing wasting my time on a soulmate connection that does this to me? I hear you, Divine Feminine, and I go, the question is, why would you hang on? Why would you stick with it? The kicker is that this is your ascension journey. And I know that doesn't feel like much of a token at this point. But the reason that you ascend is to lead the way for the next, for everybody. Like Divine Feminine, you go first. You've got a machete in your hand and you're cutting the path, you're cutting the grass, you're cutting the vines. You are doing the work that is needed to open it up for all of humanity. Divine Feminine, you go first. And then Divine Masculine follows. You work together to open it up for everybody. And like I said, right now, the statistics on that is it's 3-1. That's how I'm viewing the way that information comes through. There's probably 3-1 on feminine who know what's going on here versus their masculine who's on board with the journey. So if it's 3-1, that's 2 out of every 3 divine feminine are still in this process of the Ten of Swords, of trying to get the swords out of their back, to try to get out of suffering so that they can finally understand this journey that they're on. This journey of having oneness with the divine, this journey of understanding self-love, and this journey of understanding twin flame love. So it's a big message. It's a big message. And when these waves of suffering come upon you, it really does just make you want to tap out and go, what the hell is this strong, independent woman who has 9 out of 10 pentacles covered in life? I could walk the rest of my days, and I think on one of our 21, yeah. I think on one of our particular times when we had like a breakdown to break through, I said to Ricky, I don't need you to do this. I'll do it on my own if I have to. I want you on board. It was like I fully.
I don't need this, but I want this.
Yeah.
That's what you said.
Fully. I don't need it. I'll do this on my own. This was me. I don't need it, but I want it. But I'm not going to sit in suffering with you. That was quite literally how it was delivered. Hey,
exactly what you said. Word for word.
Pretty much, right?
Word for word.
I don't need this, but I want it. But I'm not going to sit in suffering. Righto. So the direct push against you, right, is work. Ace of Pentacles. There you are. Look, I feel like this is going to come around a couple of times tonight. There you are in the 9 out of 10. And the push from the universe is to get you to the 10. If the only pentacle that you're missing, Divine Feminine, is your twin flame connection, then your frustration and the waves of pain that are coming upon you are probably as steep as they've ever been. I wanted to sort of disclose to you that, probably I hit my lowest point. It was my strongest point and my lowest point all gathered into one. And it was not long after I moved through that last big wave of pain, that big wave of ascension, that I started dreaming about Ricky and we started to reach out and connect. So if this is hitting you particularly intensely, oh, excuse me, I was barking. If this is hitting you particularly intensely in this cycle, I want to say to you that, I know how that feels when that really, really heavy wave crashes on your head and you could just cry to like you can cry on it. To hit that bottom of the pit, nobody really understands how deep that well is. And the true people who are going to understand it, divine feminine, like I saw out on the tennis court today and in the canoe, is, out on the water from a couple of days ago, is divine feminines in the collective. They're going to understand how irrational it feels to cry over nothing, right? You get up in your head and you go, what the freak am I crying over? I'm getting on with my life. I'm good. I'm fine. I've disconnected. I'm moving on. I'm learning. I'm growing. You're doing all the right things, divine feminine. And then it hits you like a ton of bricks. You might be standing in the middle of a supermarket. You might be washing the dishes. You might have the luxury of being able to lock yourself in your bedroom. But the waves of emotion come upon you. Can I just pause that? Sorry about that. I personally had a technical glitch, and the waves come and crashed on me, and I wasn't able to communicate. But what I was saying is that this can strike you at any time because you are doing the right thing and you are working on your ascension journey. And here you're learning new things. So what I want to say to you, the Ace of Pentacles can come around as new ideas, new learning, new work that you need to do. And if you're at the 9 and you need one more to hit the 10, like this last push is going to be a doozy. And as I was saying, and I hope it articulated, before we came into union, I probably hit some of my lowest points in the journey, but also hit some of the highest points. And you would resonate too, hey?
Yes.
That last go around, there was some doozies in there, hey?
Oh, definitely.
So can you reflect? And I know the other night I hit you, I sort of caught you off guard with going, how the wave crashes on the masculine too, and it causes things to happen in life that spin out of control. You hit some low points, hey?
Well, the lowest point was when I called you. Remember that night I called you? And I was like, I just did something I can't shake, I can't fucking move. It was just right down in that.
Yeah.
Just deep down inside, I just had this, yucky, I need this to move.
Yeah.
And
that's what you were saying.
Yeah, I just felt, I can't describe it. It's just,
yeah.
That's what
it is. It's like, but this is what you're describing with these waves of pain and that was going through. And sorry to interrupt, and probably these guys would really like to hear from you.
But, it was also like that tower of breakdown and breakthrough, and it was a lot of fucking past and all the shit that would happen before just caught up and it hit me.
Yeah.
Like a ton of bricks.
It did, like a ton of bricks.
Yeah, and I just felt yucky and just yeah. That's all I can say to that. It's just it was
a big turning point for us, I think.
It was, and and to come out of that spot it took a little bit of work.
You did, yeah.
It was a bit of.
But it was where you really stood up and went, I'm going to do the work.
Yeah, I'm going to
You were not going backwards from that point. No.
That's when I put my feet in the water, I reckon.
I reckon. Yeah.
Just missing the board now. I need my board.
You really need to survey.
I need my board. Slip, slide, and rip ride,
Yeah.
Catch that wave.
Yeah, but that was if I reflect from my point, and hopefully this is helpful, because I'd already been through those moments, and like you're probably going through Divine Feminine, we did it this way independently. Yep. We did it alone, and I leant on the collective, and I hope that you'll lean on the collective too. And let's sort of say the feminine.
The booze.
So yeah, do you know we sing a lot in the car, and there is that song, Kid Rock and Sheryl Crow, and there's that line, and that line, she goes, "I was headed to church, and I was off to drink you away." That was us.
She was off to.
I was off to hang out with the divine,
and I was off to drink her away.
But what I wanted to go back to is that night where you really did have that breakthrough. Is like you called. Yeah. You called and you said, I really need.
There was no one else I could talk to or call for what I was going through. Yeah. But you.
Yeah. It was a thing, hey.
It was.
And it was like, I got you.
No.
I got you. Yeah.
It's fucking hard to make the fucking phone call.
Yeah, I know. It probably broke you as much to reach for help as it did to what you were going through.
Because,
And
it's. I don't know if it's a masculine thing, but yo, you fellas need to start asking for help.
yeah, yeah.
Don't be
Because
all
guess
macho, and
what?
just because we got brought up that you're the man, you can do this, and you don't need to cry, man. Oh bullshit! You want to
Yeah,
cry, cry. You want to be a man, be a real man and cry. Be a
yeah.
real man and freaking ask for help. Fucking hell.
It changed everything. I know you're being super vulnerable now, like being able to share it. But
Fuck.
like I say to you, like I would have cut off my right arm to listen to a divine masculine
Yeah.
give their side of the story and go, I'm not crazy that I'm having these things happen to me,
Yeah.
and to be able to,
And if it's happening to them, if masculines are listening to this, and if this shit's happening to you, fuck, man, embrace it. Tell everyone about it. Who gives a fuck about what people say? Sorry, but yo,
yeah,
get on it, man.
it's a
Ride it,
game
enjoy
changer,
it,
hey,
love it, live it, breathe it.
yeah.
Ah, man,
I was saying
shit.
to Ricky this afternoon, we were sort of reflecting about, I don't even know what brought up the conversation. We are definitely talking about how hard these waves of pain were. And I said, man, if I had had a jackhammer, I wouldn't have been able to get through that armor. But something else played out, an alchemy played out that I can only attribute to the fact that I continued to pursue the path. And we're twin flames, and what I did affected him because the call came. The call came, we had connected. Don't get me wrong, we'd been connecting, but like it just was still. And this was after a long separation. We'd been dreaming about each other. We came back into contact, but there was still bullshit, and I've been open about that the past couple of readings. But then there was, and we can laugh now.
Bullshit.
It's funny now
I
because
know.
it's true.
Yeah.
You were,
I
you were a handful.
know.
But this night, I've never seen him more vulnerable ever. Like even to this day, that was like breakdown to breakthrough, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is a changing moment in how this operates. And we've gone off on a tangent, but I think it's an important tangent because divine feminine. That's Ricky's reflection, and I was able to be here for him in his most vulnerable moment. But by and large, I went through these moments alone, only having people on YouTube and Facebook and to reach out to because nobody around me understood it. And this is why I got so serious about reaching back out on the other side of the journey to throw a rope and go, I know you feel very alone. I know you feel like this makes me crazy. I'm a strong, independent woman. Why am I putting myself through this? Um, your purpose will be revealed. You won't regret the ascension journey, and in between time, we're here. We're here. Any questions, any support, anything we can do to help you while you're going through these waves that crash on your head. You are a strong, independent, beautiful woman. You are, absolutely. The only thing that's missing, the thing that's putting you through this pain, is an ascension journey and the return of that 10th pentacle. Promise, it changes on the other side. Okay, how are you showing up in the world? This tenacity, this resilience, this grit that comes from having to run the gauntlet. And yeah, you do. You have the divine at your back, and these are all the battles you've already fought and won. And here you go, why? Why divine? Why do I have to pick up this wand and fight again? Why another wave of pain? Why do you push me? I've already agreed I'm a twin flame. I've already agreed to do the ascension. I've already agreed. Agreed. And the divine whispers back, the pain is what drives it forward. It's like if you rest on the laurels of the last journey, you kind of don't search for the next level. When you get too comfortable, you don't shift. It's the uncomfortability that pushes you to have the tenacity to learn more, to grow more, to be more. Um, you visualize what it means to be perfect in this world, and you never want for anything. You never need anything. You never crave anything, chase anything. The divine says, I am putting you on one of the toughest soul ascension journeys I can think to offer you as an assignment. How am I going to get you to continue to show up on it? I'm going to need to provoke you. I'm going to need to push you. If I make it easy and cushy, you're never going to fight for it. You're not going to fight for knowledge. You're not going to fight for understanding. You're not going to fight to understand me. You're not going to fight to understand your twin flame, and you're not going to fight to understand yourself. So this tenacity, this grit that's born out of these purge and burn cycles, you're showing it, divine feminine, and the reward for that will be that your 9 will turn into a 10. Okay, it's a big journey. But right, what's in your soul space right now? The devil, right? Tough call in the soul space, because you know what this starts to bring about is the chaser energy. The devil comes around to go, you miss holding your twin flame, don't you? You miss him by your side, you miss him in your bed, you miss kissing him, you miss holding him. When you're in your darkest hour over here, don't you wish you were curled up in his arms? Just check and see what he's doing. Just send him a message. Just find out what's going on. Maybe he's changed his mind. This is what starts to happen when you get buried under the waves of pain. And this is why I push this message so much to release the energy. Because if you dive back into chaser mode, you kind of reset the game. If you can stay out of chaser energy and you can keep the void between you while you go through this purge and burn, what am I calling purge and burn cycle? Sorry, I'm being very serious, and the giggle is not to make it light at all. This is serious stuff, because this is the stuff that will tip you into depression. It'll tip you into madness. It'll tip you into just obsessive stalker chaser energy, and that is not going to get you to the destination that you're looking to achieve. And what I'm saying to you is not to assume anything about what's going to happen with your connection. Assume nothing. Just love your connection for who it is, love your twin for who they are, and get very, very serious about ascension. For mine, everything else took care of itself, right? What is your challenge right now? Is to let the divine do its thing. Now, we've been talking, this card has come up over the past few readings, and we've been talking about the Lionsgate energy and quite literally having a divine spark play out. And that's how I'm seeing this Page of Swords. And under this wave of pain, you might find it really difficult to be inspired to take advantage of this divine spark that's currently on offer. So this is where you have to get super tenacious, super resilient. You have to find some grit. This is why I encourage the feel it to heal it process. When you feel the pain, when the pain rises, really notice where the pain is sitting. Is it in your heart? Is it in your throat? Is it in your gut? Where is the pain sitting? It is just energy. It's not what your twin has done. It's not what they've said. It's not where they've gone. It's not even who they've slept with. It's none of those things. It's just an energy. And it is pain, and if you sit on it, it turns into suffering, right? So the kicker before this lion gate here, this divine spark wants to be upon you to push you into the next wave of frequency, is to release that energy. How do you do it? You've got to feel it. You've got to find where it is sitting in your energy field, and then let it rise. Let it rise to its full potential. Cry if you've got to cry. Scream if you've got to scream. I'll say it 1,000,000 times. Let the energy loose. Release it. Energy.
Go.
Yeah. You're not going to break into Frozen, are you? That was your next.
That was where I was going.
You weren't going.
I
Yeah.
was.
I'm being serious.
Cereal.
It's very serial. Legit. The grit that it takes to overcome this energy. Are you being the devil? No. The cheeky one. The grit that it takes to overcome this when you're feeling the pain, right? These are kind of like how I see two options. You can surrender into going, oh, I'm just going to fall back into seeing what he's doing, where he's going, and making myself sick about the fact that he's got a new girlfriend and their photos are up on Facebook and where have they been, what have they done, what restaurant did they eat at, you know? You can make you...
That's where we go. That's where we go.
We love Zarafis.
We love Zarafis.
The devil puts you back in that stalker obsessive energy, trying to see where they're going, what they're doing, and trying to find clues to go, are they coming back? Versus you lay that devil energy down and you go, I've got all of these astrological influences playing out. You've got the Lionsgate coming up on the 8th of the 8th, which is a week away, but that portal is open right now. Instead of sinking into devil energy and going into full-blown chaser mode, sit with the divine. Let the Lion's Gate really help you. It's number one purpose. Like the star Sirius rises in the sky, and it is a spiritual sun. That's what it's known as. Its whole purpose, this Lion's Gate, is there to send all of this energy through to you to help you ascend and understand your higher consciousness. Look at the advice from Spirit. Seriously, Judgment. If your resistance is to sit with the divine, what is the advice here? Is to sit with the divine. To make that, to stand as far as you come on ascension and sit. Here we've got the stars in the background. We've got a representation of a sun or something similar around this divine figure. And here, look at this staircase. Think about how far you've come, Divine Feminine. What does it take to stand in this level of grid to get to this far up the staircase? That's the thing. You've worked hard, and Divine knows it. You've worked hard. You deserve this last pinnacle to get you the 10 out of 10 that you deserve. Now, the advice is sit with the divine when this wave of pain is coming against you, and all you want to do is have a quick fix band-aid answer to it and get back into chaser mode. It's comfortable, isn't it, chaser mode? It is. You can look at them, see what they're doing. You're going to feel the pain. You probably feel the suffering, but you've sat in it long enough for it to actually feel comfortable. It actually feels like a new coat to wear to chase the divine. Chase the divine because you know that that's where your twin flame sits. You are never, ever apart if you understand that divine energy. The advice, sit there. Here, look. We've got the moon as the likely outcome. These are all the mysteries that want to be revealed to you. Okay, here it's like this divine river, and here you are, Divine Feminine, and you're standing in it. You are bringing all of the power. And the next moon, we'll do a specific reading on the next big moon energy. We won't do it tonight because that reading will just go, it will just blow out. We will read on the next moon energy. That's really pivotal. But look at you, Divine Feminine. You've got your dress in the water, your feet in the water. You are in this river of knowledge, working with the divine. The likely outcome is that you're going to overcome this devil energy of wanting to chase. You're going to be super resilient. You're going to work hard and let this divine spark push you into conversations with the divine to unpack more of the mystery. Oh, I'm feeling really wound up. I'm on a legit roll. Hey, like I'm.
Yes.
What have you got for Divine Masculine? I caught you off guard, didn't you? Thought I was going to talk another 10 minutes.
Nope.
Oh, really? Oh, fantastic. Fantastic. Look at this. Temperance. And over here, look. See? This divine angel being pouring energy equally into these two cups. Temperance. You are going to be so guided. They are going to be so guided. And look at this sun in the background. I'm really drawn to it. It's this energy of like a brand new day rising. And we were really sort of enamored with the sunrise in the past couple of days. And Ricky really pushed for it. I am so not a morning person.
I want to watch the sunrise every day.
You would drag me out there every day, and I'm so not into it. But I'm definitely the night owl of the two of us. But here, look, this is
masculine number.
The masculine likes the sunrise. Okay. Did you say you're the feminine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're like, nah, I'm not doing.
Oh yeah, I can draw the line. we sometimes need a little bit of temperance when it's like, get up, we're going to see the sunrise. Yeah, no, we're not. But here, this is moderation for the divine masculine. And look, I'm seeing this sunrise because also what we saw for the divine masculine was they were standing at the edge of the water the other day. I'm just feeling this as the divine going, do you understand that if this is the soul essence between the two of you, do you understand that you are two vessels that have the same divine essence being poured between you? And who's in charge of it? This divine being. It's an angel of some description, but divinity, right? Some level of divinity. And you are being shared, your divine essence is being shared amongst two. And on this brand new day, to me, that's like an awakening. I'm seeing it as like a rising of knowledge on how that card is representing. Here we've got, oh gosh.
Bring the ones down.
Yeah, look, here you go. They're feeling the burden of trying. And this comes up sort of, it's like He picks up the burden and he puts it down, and he picks up the burden and he puts it down. To mine, he's like, all right, I've got the burden again. And every time that you make a push towards your ascension and you get really resilient and really tenacious, it's like the burden falls upon his back again. Why? Because the divine goes, hey, I'm rattling your cage over here. Are you listening? Are you feeling it? Do you want to continue to carry the burden? Look, this is your suffering. This is your suffering. You've got all the knives in the back, but he's carrying the burden of having put them there, right? It's not a nice thought, is
No, no.
it? Fair call. Look at all the knives in the back of the divine feminine, and he's got, well, what is his burden? If he's waking up to it, is the burden that he's running away? Is the burden that he joined the circus? Is the what is the burden, and why does he keep picking it up? Is he feeling like having this information come upon him is a burden, and then what is he supposed to do with it? This guy is determined to carry it. What have you got in the soul space? Oh, pennies from heaven. Yeah, that's how I'm picking it up.
You're picking up what I'm putting down.
I'm picking up what you're putting down. I see you. Look, in the soul space, here you've got this resistance. If you can resist the devil in the soul space at this point in time, look what the masculine's got. This is the divine. How I read it for twin flames, and I know it's not the traditional read for this card. It's like as if this was the divine handing out pennies of wisdom or pearls of wisdom, wanting to bring them into some level of balance. And here, the divine masculine goes, I'm not sure I want it. He's showing up in the world going, like that guy on the tennis court. If this is the divine and the divine feminine, you know, hitting tennis balls at this poor guy, and he's going, oh gosh, I just can't hit it back to save myself. It's such a burden. Are you for real? What he's got in the chat, yeah. This is what we're look. Can't even make that up, right? This is what come out in the challenge position. And I jumped ahead. I was mid thought, and I saw the card that he drew, and I'm like jumping ahead. So what you've got here in the challenge position is to feel the divine spark to overcome your wanting to chase. Look, you got the lovers as a push from the universe to understand the journey, and he's got it. Divine masculine has got it as a red hot challenge. This is it. The more that you put the push on, the more that you resist, that you have some grit, that you do the work that you need to do to move the pain on, the more present this connection becomes in his energy. The divine is raining down pennies on him, as like that poor dude who was on the other side of the tennis court today. Man, he was getting slammed. He was getting slammed, and I know, like, it was comical from my side of the, like, just watching him try and hit the ball back. I was giggling, and even though it wasn't funny, it kind of was. This is kind of what I'm seeing. It's like the divine is slamming tennis balls at the divine masculine, and it's like he can't manage the racket to save himself to return serve. It's full on. This connection is his challenge to actually embrace it, understand it, and look. If this was where did I see it before? One of these cards, if over here in Temperance, if this is the sun rising, because the divine masculine is trying, the divine is trying to get him to understand that you have a shared consciousness or a shared soul blueprint. Down here in his challenge, it's like the day has dawned. It's like awareness is upon him, and he's going, now what? What do I do with that information? What am I legit supposed to do with this ideal that this connection exists in this way, and that that breakdown to breakthrough energy, Ricky fully encourages the masculine to reach out and just have your breakthrough moment, and really figure out what it is to have a divine partner. Help you work the way. It's the reverse of what normally happens. It's like divine feminine goes first. She understands first and she holds space. And as divine masculine has his breakdown to break through together, guess what you rise up in? Clarity. The Ace of Swords. And, we've not held back that there was a fair bit of bullshit that played out between the two of us before this really breakdown to breakthrough moment. And then on the other side of that, I was very, very clear that this is my priority, my ascension journey. And he was like, it's my priority too. We just had, it was this alignment of priorities to work with the divine. And here it's like, this crown of a king being put on this sword, and these little tendrils of ferns or whatever they are. To me, this is these ideas of abundance that are playing out. And if he's swung this sword of truth, the divine, and said divine masculine, you are royalty to me. You are a twin flame. You will understand the journey, and you will walk in this scenario. And this is advice from the universe. It's saying, my advice to you, divine feminine, and that's who we read for. We direct these readings for divine feminine. We're having a look at divine masculine, but they're saying we've swung the sword of truth. The advice to you is clarity will ensue. And what is this our likely outcome? Oh, we got our fish in a cup. But
Goldfish.
yeah, I'm not entirely surprised that it's there, because we are talking about clumsy communication. We are talking about half-baked offers. This idea of a fish in a cup as being the antidote for this journey is a little bit ridiculous, right?
That's what old mate caught on the weekend.
Yeah, we saw old mate fishing. Yeah, he's caught his fish. He's put it in a cup. Here, divine
I
feminine.
don't have any bowls.
Do you love me? I've got my fish in a cup. No, right? We know that this offer is not going to cut it. And when it presents to you, divine feminine, yeah,
Food.
I know. Don't get you started on food, I know. This offer is not going to cut it, and you and I both know it. And if it, you have to turn him around and go, I cannot drink from that cup. There's a fish in it. You have to say, I cannot drink from that cup. There's a fish in it. It's a legit thing. And if the offer comes through clumsy like this, or it's half baked, or your communication is just not up to scratch, it is completely okay for you to continue to show that this side of you, this side of you that says, I'm strong, I'm independent, I'm fine. Do I want my 10 of Pentacles? Sure. And I'm going to continue to work to get it. And if you show up as a fish in a cup, clearly you're not the 10th pentacle that I've been waiting for. Go back and figure that out, right? That's the idea of the baking in the oven again. If they're not cooked, put them back in until that meal is. Nobody wants, unless you like sushi, I suppose. But I don't like eating. Fish. Yeah, you like. I don't. I don't.
It's a delicacy where I come from.
Well, yeah, that's true. So if you offered me a fish in a cup, when you did, honestly, when you did show up and you offered a fish in a cup, I still went, nice to see you. I'm not very good company tonight.
I see you, but yeah, I see you.
I see you. I see your fish.
It's a fishy fish.
It's a very fishy fish.
Yeah, some people do like seafood.
I know. We're fully digressing.
Yes.
Fish in a cup.
All right, let's not start with food.
No. Probably isn't going to cut it. Oh, this conversation's going strange places. Okay, the push from the universe. We've got the 9 of Cups for the divine masculine, and again, I see this as a very stoic 9 of Cups. So the universe does want to push blessings upon the divine masculine. Look at this. It's the Wheel of Fortune. It wants to turn it 180, wants to change the scenario around. And I honestly, have you got magnets on your fingers? Like, to get the Queen of Pentacles in there again. And I think we've had this scenario play out a couple of times where we've had divine masculine show up as Queen of Pentacles, bringing that energy forward. That's the push from the universe, is that it, clearly it's for mine that this offer wants to be made. I'm definitely going, divine masculine is on the path to bringing that 10th pentacle, and it's gonna make him happy whether he realizes it or not. Look at this cranky guy. Look at it. Oh, look, if you look really close, it's a half smile. It's a smirk. You know it's going to make you happy, divine masculine. Get on board to figuring out how to bring this I don't know. I think Ricky might have eaten raw fish for dinner. It's a little bit off tap
Hey,
tonight.
bonkers.
Yeah, a little bit. And this is doing a 180. The universe is pushing them to turn around, and make the positive changes that the universe is clearly signaling them to do. Offer this pentacle up is the push. What have we got in the next layer of energy? Ah, I like this. I like this. I like this for a couple of reasons. Four of Pentacles is a really positive energy because to be able to offer this pentacle wherever it is, under this energy of a Queen of Pentacles, and I talk about the Queen of Pentacles being strong, independent, being able to manage life and resources and the whole box and dice. To be able to do that, you have to gather the resources first. You have to know what it is that you've got available to offer. So for mine, look at this, gathering the resources, whether it's mental, physical, emotional, financial, however those resources play out. Look at him. He actually goes, I've got this pentacle. I know what to do. I've gathered it. He actually looks pretty like I've done it, doesn't he? It's almost like I don't want to say Victor, but it's almost like yeah, I've done
Knowing.
it. A knowing. A knowing. Yeah, I've done it. I've got this. And look, here it is. I know who these two vessels belong to. These two have these cups. And like these two of cups came out a couple of times, came out in the same level of energy. So it was in that top three
And
cards for
even
you.
in a couple of reads, last couple of reads, were they?
Yeah. Because we reflected too, because we've talked about Lionsgate again,
Yeah.
in having this
That's it.
winged creature here, and
Yeah,
it
since the start of the Lionsgate reading.
yeah, it's been a consistent message. And here I kind of liken this, and I know it's probably a stretch, but I see at the bottom there of that black line, it looks like an 8, and the top one looks like an incomplete 8. And Lionsgate is 8-8. Here we've got the winged lion-looking creature. I feel really like compelled to push meditation under the Lionsgate energy for information around what these connections look like. I feel really compelled to say that you're going to get something significant out of embracing these Lionsgate energies. And
Especially with that. Yeah.
look, 10 of Cups,
We go from the 9 to the
9
10.
of Cups to the 10 of Cups. Yeah, different layers of energy. You're right. Yeah. And
That's why
here,
he's got that little smirk on his face, because he knows he sees the 10 cup.
you
You are
reckon
the
that's
10
what?
cup.
Yeah. Yeah.
I see
Isn't
you.
I see you? Isn't that funny? Because I've never really looked at. Oh, and we've read this a couple of times, and this is, I'm kind of going, I'm having an aha moment because look at this. I've said to you how many times that for mine, this guy looks really, really cranky. 9 of Cups is this massive blessing, and he just goes, "What's going on here? I'm very, very stoic about being this happy." But look who's got the 10 cup. Who's got the information? And I relate this Ace of Cups to information. Every time I describe it, don't you reckon I describe it
Yes.
as information versus,
Overflowing information.
yeah, about who you are,
Your
what you are,
cup
how
is
do you,
runneth over.
from the divine. And here, the divine masculine going, well, I've done everything I can to make myself happy. Over here, I need my 10 cups. And here, the push from the universe is for him to get it.
That's why he's got that little smirk. He can see it. He can see you.
He can, yeah.
You are the cup. You are the chalice.
I've not seen these cards play out this way before. Like, and the way that my eyes are seeing them is what I want to say. So thank you for that insight of going, oh, look, the 9 went to the 10. And, it's a definite progression way to read it. But to go that we've got the Ace of Cups there as well and going, how does this stoic creature get to the 10? He brings in his divine feminine and it brings him to the 10 of Cups. And legit, this is kind of where we were, is going, he's gone as far as he can, figuring out life on his own. And then, we have our breakdown to breakthrough moment, like Ricky's generously sort of shared with us tonight that he hit rock bottom in that way. And he did reach out and say, I need your help. I need you to help me. And you're the one I want you to help, whose help I need. And what was the outcome? Seriously, pretty much from that moment, we've been working towards our 10 of Cups together. He is my 10 of Pentacles, quite clearly. I can work strong and independently, and when he comes along, he completes the picture. Not that you need it,
And vice
but
versa.
it is what these journeys are about. These unions are what, while they're not guaranteed and while we're told not to focus on them, you do. I want to tell you to hold them treasured. I did. If you could imagine a heart-shaped box with a pretty ribbon on it, I went, that's where I hold it. I'm going to do all the work that I need to do. Hope you're fine. I'm going to get on with doing what I need to do. If this comes back around, I'll be grateful. If it doesn't, I'll never regret the ascension journey. So, I love how this has played out. Thanks for that, Ricky. Like, you are his, if he's got the 9, you're his 10. And that's what 10 of Cups looks like. And it's not to continue to go on about our journey, but this is literally where we're headed now. We've found this. We've got the Kiddlywinks, and
We got the house on the hill.
We have the house. We're about to move into the house on the hill in what, 2 days?
Yeah. And our house is actually on a hill with a view.
Well, it is, and we look
Of the
out,
water.
look out over the water and the trees, and oh my gosh, it's like, that's a lovely. I'm not going to pick on his fish in a cup anymore, but only to say that if this is his outcome, if this is the outcome that you get, it's okay to say no, thank you, not yet. You can up that offer for me. Should we wrap up with some Divine Love Oracle and just see what you've got there? Who do you want to read for today? What are you thinking?
Excuse me. I'm going to go to feminine.
Okay, over to you. What have you got? What have you got? Oh, dimensions. Oh, yeah. See, look, this is kind of where I was over here with the getting into the Lionsgate energy. And where was the other one? Yeah, look here with the Lionsgate energy. I feel really compelled to push you to explore the higher realms under this Lionsgate energy, divine feminine dimensions. If you look into quantum science and there's a theory out there now that our consciousness exists in 22 different places at once. You can literally travel into those different versions of you when you're in meditation, and the amount of information you can download when you're in those spaces is phenomenal. So for mine, this card comes out because they're really encouraging this higher levels of ascension under the Lionsgate energy. I don't want to dig too much deeper into that one, Divine Feminine, because I know that, and this is kind of like a wild representation of, you can kind of see a figure in there if you look really carefully. This is kind of what happens when you move into those other realms and you astral travel. You become fragments of yourself and you travel through fragments of space. The multiverse even. You get to see and hear and feel and know and experience so many different things. I feel like we've already kicked this message home on this one. This divine spark of the Lionsgate energy it's upon us right now and up till the 8th of August. Get into it and get yourself prepared for it. Heal the pain, feel the pain to heal it, and get into this idea of exploring dimensions while you've got this big push from the universe. Okay, so I'm going to read for Divine Masculine. Divine Masculine, what have you got going on? Cosmic Symphony. Oh, whoops. Cosmic Symphony. Now, this card comes out because every person, every living thing, being, creature, structure, everything has a role to play. And this card comes out about free will, really. It's like, imagine that the divine says to you, I'm the conductor, and everything in creation is an orchestra, and I give you a guitar. And you can play that guitar according to my instruction, or you can play it according to your own free will. Whatever you do, it's completely fine. But I want you to know that every note that guitar plays is going to create reality out in front of you. Now, that guitar, it's going to respond to every thought, feeling, emotion, action, sound, everything that you put out into the universe. This guitar is going to play a note, and it's going to build your reality out in front of you. Now, I recommend that you follow my direction when you play the music, and that you join along with the cosmic symphony to create a piece of music that is in alignment with what I want for you. But you have free will. If you want to play different notes, you're free to do it. But you have to align with the notes you play. Now, Divine Masculine is starting to hear what it feels like to be called to play with the Cosmic Symphony. So it's starting to understand things like manifestation. It's starting to understand things like spirituality, like meditation, like all of these things that align with being more healthily involved in playing notes in a cosmic symphony. So this is a really, really positive card for mine to go that he's really starting to understand what role he is playing, and it's clarity going. If I think, feel, act, operate, I'm going to be creating my own reality out in front of me. So when he knows and understands that, he can start to make better decisions about how he builds his world from the inside out, following the conductor that is the divine. Now, do we have one for the connection? Oh, again, we've drawn this one again, ancient mystics. So for mine, this is leaning back on the knowledge and the doctrines and all of those who've come before us that advise us to. The Lion's Gate is really important to ancient civilizations. It definitely has been noted and celebrated, and they build structures to celebrate it and align with it. So for mine, the ancient mystics come about right now to say that under this influence, you will be able to access more of your higher consciousness, more of the cosmos, more of the wisdom, the knowledge. All of those things will be more available to you under this current energy. So follow the way of the ancient mystics, and celebrate the Lion's Gate. Bring this divine knowledge through, explore these dimensions, and look, Divine Masculine, if you're watching, learn how to play in the Cosmic Symphony alongside the ancient mystics and your Divine Feminine. That feels like it's a wrap for me. That reading went so many different places, really, didn't it? We had a lot of tangents that we sort of disappeared on, even into sushi at some point there, not to mention food again. But what we wanted to do is kind of wrap that up and let you know that we are acknowledging that there's a big wave of pain at play right now, and that it's probably likely to cause some, big emotions, big feelings,
yeah, with the astrological.
and could even push you back into chaser energy. So we want to let you know that we're here.
That we're here, and if you need any, if you want to know anything, feel free to drop a comment, like, share, subscribe, and
Reach out to us on Facebook,
Instagram,
TikTok, anywhere that you find us on a platform that you want to send us a message. We endeavour to get back to people as soon as we possibly can, because we want to help as much as we can. So,
and if you're not sure on how to find us, just follow the links in the bio.
Yeah, there's some links in the description
We'll
box.
help you find us.
Yeah.
But thank you again, and that was awesome read, and I think you have a little rant on the devil here.
Yeah, it's coming out. This is probably I'm just holding him there because I know that this current cycle, this is the potential that exists for divine feminine, but this time I know that you've got what it takes. There's, wherever he is under here, I know you've got the grit. I know you've got the resilience to overcome this real desire to step back into that toxic energy. You've got this divine feminine, and if you feel like you need some support or encouragement, we're going to keep our finger on the pulse of the energies, and like we said, reach out to us. We're right here. I see you, divine feminine. You got this.
Yep. And hopefully that this helps anyone that's going through, with whatever's happening in the astrological world, and feeling pain in certain areas, like
big influences
with this change in, with Jupiter in retrograde, with Aries going backwards, and the Lion's Gate. Don't forget, that's in 7 days or whatever it is now.
Yeah.
On the 8th of the 8th.
A lot going on.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. We're here for you, and from me, I'm signing out, and Susie,
I'm saying goodbye in faith, hope, and love. Hopefully, we get to talk to you again soon. And that's bye from us for now.
bye bye.